Welcome to Jank Play TCG. My name's Landon, and here we play Jank. I'm going to be playing the Zero Energy Hisuian Arcanine deck given to us by the wonderful ProfessorW328. And yeah, it's a fun deck. If you haven't seen the deck rundown, highly recommend checking that out. It might be in the top corner currently, or at least in the beginning of the video. So yeah, let's see, we get Tails, which is awesome. We always select Tails. Do you want to go first? Yes, because Tails never fails. And of course we want to go first. We are playing with evolutions, so we will get the first evolution. Most decks do want to go first. Oh man, no basic, turn one. We've got 9 basics in the deck, and we couldn't get a single one of them, apparently. So we did get a Nest Ball, but no basic. Gutsy Pickaxe. Come on. Alright. Shuffle up and deal. So we get a basic, being Manaphy, which is a terrible starter. We don't have energy to retreat. We do have a switch in hand. Maybe we prized one of our Growlithe, and we can grab it with Hisuian Heavy Ball. That would be pretty great. Looks like Cramorant's coming down. That does remind me of, what is it? FTW? Or is it For the Win? I don't know. It's another Pokemon YouTuber I've been watching occasionally. He recently put out a Zero Energy Cramorant with the final evolution of Ponyard, that Pokemon. King something. That was an interesting deck. I really enjoyed watching that video. So maybe that's this deck. But it's probably just a standard Lost Zone deck, you know. What is his name? That's going to bug me so much. I can probably just check on my phone really quick while my opponent plays that Hisuian Heavy Ball, hoping for something in the prizes like I was. And looks like they didn't get anything, which, ouch, too bad. Lumineon V is coming down. I watched so much YouTube this morning. There we go. Yeah, for the win, TCG. He's got a great Zero Energy Cramorant with whatever that Pokemon is, where it increases basic Pokemon's attack by 30. He was hitting like 200 damage. That was so cool. Love seeing that kind of stuff. And I was playing around with that King Pokemon for a little bit. King Gambit, I think. And I just couldn't get something that I liked. But we saw Chorus Experiment come down, putting 2 cards in the Lost Zone. Now we see Comfy coming out. That'll put another card in the Lost Zone, but Cramorant needs 4 cards in the Lost Zone in order to work. So we'll see if they're able to accomplish that. We are set pretty well right now. We can play Grant for 30 more damage. We can play both of these Hisuian Arcanine, and we've got Practice Studio and Switch. So really our top deck is what we're going to be looking at. Is that going to mess us up? Maybe, but hopefully not. And we'll be able to complete our entire turn, grab a KO with whatever they put in the active, even if they put Lumineon V in the active right now, and get moving forward in this match, which will be fun. We see Radiant Greninja hit the field, so they can discard a card, draw 2, maybe looking for that switch so they can get into the Comfy and do flower selecting. But maybe not. Maybe they don't have that. Nope, there's the switch card into Comfy, and flower selecting is going to happen. And that means just next turn they need 1 card in the Lost Zone, and they can get Cramorant working. Oh, they got another Comfy. They might be able to get Cramorant working this turn and knock out our Manaphy. No, they are using Escape Rope, which does force a Hisuian Growlithe into the active. Now, if they have another switch or an energy or anything to get Cramorant into the active, they will KO one of our Hisuian Growlithe, which will mess up our cards and completely ruin our turn. So this is a phenomenal move by my opponent, and they may not even know it. We just gotta hope that they end their turn. No, they're not ending. They are going to do this attack, and they will get the KO, completely messing up our turn. Holy cow. Well done to my opponent. Yeah, we didn't have the best start, but I'm going to throw Manaphy into the active just so we can see what that top deck is. It's Trekking Shoes, so we got to play that and see a little bit more here. We get another Grant. No, we don't want Grant. What's the next card? a boss's orders. Even if we played the Grant, we would be stuck with a supporter in our hand being boss's orders. So right now, I'm just not sure where to go with this. I could boss up the Lumineon, but I'm not getting that attack off. So I think I'm still going to do that. Force them to have a switch in hand. And I'm just going to hold the rest of my hand and end my turn. And that's really all that I can do right now. We are not looking good. This is not a great start for us. Another Colress experiment. Just some really good draw coming from my opponent's side. That's what Lost Zone does, though. Between Comfey and Colress's experiment, you have a lot of draw in the deck. Plus, they have that Radiant Greninja for even more draw. They threw away 2 cards they obviously don't need, being Battle VIP Pass, which you can only use on your first turn, and Manaphy, which I do not have any bench-hitting Pokemon, so they don't have to worry about that. Just seeing this Hisuian Arcanine, they know exactly what my deck's trying to do. 0 energy, attack for 160. So they know what I'm doing, and I don't really have much surprises for them, except the Grant, which they've already seen. So beyond that, I'm not sure what else could surprise my opponent. Of course, if they can't get out of the active with Lumineon B, that might surprise them. But yeah, for a Seal Stone, they can use their V-Star once per game effect and grab whatever card they want, which could be obviously a switch to get out of this sticky situation. We don't even get to see the card until they play it. And Cramorant again can get this KO, no problem. Let's see, they're up to 6 cards in their Lost Zone. They really just need one more, then Mirage Gate will be open. They can attach all the energy they want, power up whoever they want, because we still haven't seen like a different attacker in this deck. Is it Sableye, which probably, I see that Psychic Energy. Could be Giratina, though. Could be a box type deck where they have Raikou in there as well. Raikou would be a terrible play in there for them this turn, I think, because of the Hisuian Arcanine threat. But, yeah, lots of options here for us. Or for them, not for us. We're kind of stuck right now with the hand. Hopefully this gets better, though. Yeah, Sableye coming down on the field. Now, Sableye can't get a knockout this turn, but could set up a knockout next turn. And just kind of want us to be stuck with a Lumineon, or with a Manaphy in the active. Yeah, they get Lumineon out of the active with Jet Energy, which is beautiful. It gets their Comfey into the active, and an energy to retreat their Comfey into the Cramorant. Beautiful card, and beautiful combo. They're retreating Comfey or Cramorant. Which one? Do they have a switch in hand, or do they go Cramorant and get the KO? No, they have a switch in hand. They're going with the Comfey here. Interesting. Yeah, just more cards going to the Lost Zone. Sableye does need 8 of them, or 10 of them. They have 8. They need 2 more. So they probably don't even want to bench the Sableye yet, in case I can boss it up and KO it with the Arcanine. They want to hold on to their resources, clearly, which is a fantastic move for them. Nope, they're benching the Sableye. They're confident enough. Lost Zone coming down, removing the Force Seal Stone from Lumineon. That is 9 cards in the Lost Zone. Sableye needs a total of 10. So do they have something else to get cards in the Lost Zone? I don't know exactly what they could do. Another Lost Vacuum? But I don't think that's the right play, you know? There's the Mirage Gate. Gonna be able to put energy wherever they want. Probably some energy on the Greninja and energy on Sableye. No Psychic Energy for the Sableye. They probably have it in hand, but if they don't, that could be huge for us. It could be a they escape rope our Arcanine into the active. They're attacking with the Cramorant, but they won't get the KO because they're only doing 110 damage, which is nice for us, except for the fact that we need a better hand. Capturing Aroma coming down, flipping Tails, exactly what we want. We're gonna have to go with Skwovet. As much as I want Radiant Venusaur, I think we gotta go with Skwovet. That way we can minimize our hand here. Practice Studio, Grant down, and Skwovet. Nest Stash. And what do we get? A Nest Ball. Nest Ball could be huge. We can Nest Ball out a Radiant Venusaur, which will draw us cards after we attack with Arcanine. So we'll go ahead, do the 200 damage, KO that Crammer, grab our one single prize, but then Venusaur will draw us up 4 cards. Well, 3 cards because we got 1 from the prizes, so draw us up to 4 cards. And we'll be ready to go here. But they do have the ability to KO a Skwovet and or a Manaphy on the field. Not both, but they obviously could KO the Hisuian Arcanine and either the Manaphy or Skwovet. It'll be interesting to see how they set this up. We do have a Hisuian Growlithe in hand, ready to go down, but that Sableye threatening is scary because that can still deal damage to Growlithe. Because damage counters are not damage. There's a video about that on the channel. And Sableye places damage counters. Yeah, it's very dangerous for us. They've got 10 cards in their lost zone. I must have miscounted last turn because I thought they needed 1 more, but I guess not. Or maybe I missed the Comfy. No, they didn't use Comfy this turn. Yeah, there's no right arrow on them. So, let's see. Concealed cards happens. They're going to draw 2 extra cards. The thing is that they don't have anything beyond Sableye currently. I mean, they could try to power up the Greninja. That would take, after this Super Rod, just a Mirage Gate. So maybe they have that ready, and that would be a threat to us because they could take out our Manaphy. We do have Super Rod, which, if they do take our Manaphy, we will be Super Rodding it back into the deck to hopefully get that back out against Greninja. But still, we don't have anything against the next turn Sableye, which is going to be the biggest problem here. Yeah, so Lost Mine coming down, probably KOing the Arcanine and the Manaphy. That would be my guess. And then probably just dump energy either on the Radiant Venusaur or the Skwovet. They overplace damage on the Skwovet. I don't think they can get the Manaphy now. They can't get the Manaphy. Very interesting. So we are going to have to put a Pokemon in the active. Might as well do Radiant Venusaur. It might be interesting to put a Jet Energy into this deck. Just an idea, because Jet Energy would be like a switch, but it's an energy and all that kind of stuff. So if I hold on to the Skwovet, right, I think that's what I gotta do. So I'm just gonna end my turn there, let Radiant Venusaur draw us up, yes. We get a Nest Ball, that's beautiful. So they're going to KO our Manaphy, right? And probably a Growlithe. But we need to get a Hisuian Arcanine. That is going to be the biggest thing we need. But when they KO our Manaphy, we'll be able to recover it with Super Rod and Nest Ball it or Artazon it back onto the field to protect us from the Greninja. And if we're able to actually get a KO on this Sableye, their Greninja would be their next attacker, and they don't have what they need for it. Yeah, they do have enough energy to KO both a Manaphy and a Growlithe. So next turn's basically our final turn, because that Sableye can either attack if we don't KO it, or that Greninja will take care of us in one way or another. So what can we do here? What do we get? A Great Ball. So let's go ahead, Super Rod back our Manaphy, and a Growlithe, and an Arcanine. I like that combination there. Skwovet, Great Ball. We get the Arcanine. Okay. We get the Arcanine. We can Nest Ball for a Manaphy. Now we do need some sort of switch card, and we only have a Nest Stash. Nest Stash, what can you give us? A Defiance Band. That is not what we needed, and we lose the game. Rough start for us. Not much we could have done there near the end, except maybe put the Manaphy in the active, because they were most likely going to KO that. Then we could have put the Growlithe in the active and just hoped for an Arcanine sort of thing. Maybe that would have gotten us the KO here, but I don't think that would have gotten us the victory. It would have just pushed the game a little bit longer. With Sableye being able to KO so many small Pokemon on the bench, that really is a big weakness of the deck, but this is our first match out with it, so hopefully it just gets better from here, right? As long as we can keep doing well, keep moving forward, I think that's important with the deck. Knowing that Lost Box is a weakness, yeah, I'm okay with knowing that. And they bring out Raikou V to get the KO on Radiant Venusaur. So they did have a box sort of thing, and we had nothing to protect us from that. So thank you to my opponent for such a good match. Thank you all for watching, sticking around on this rough match, hoping the next 3 matches are way better. But we saw how Hisuian Arcanine can attack for free. We saw how we're supposed to play this in emptying our hand to get that big attack to grab these KOs. And we saw it fail in the second half, right? We were able to take that first prize, but from there on, it was rough, and we didn't really know what we were doing. Once that Sableye came out, there was nothing we could do. They just took 2 prizes each turn, and yeah, it was rough. But thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future matches with this Hisuian Arcanine, and join the Discord if you want to just, you know, hang out, talk more one-on-one, and be part of a great community. And of course, until next time, keep playing Jank.